Are you ready to smash your goals in 2018? And by smash them, I mean, of course, make them happen. Well, then you are in the right place. My name is April, and I am an author, encourager, and creator, and I am here to help you take the first steps to smashing your goals in 2018. So first of all, I just would love to know who's watching this video. So if you're here today and you have big goals, little goals, you're really not sure about goals, or you just don't know where to start, please go ahead and leave me some information in the comments below. I want to know, do you make goals? How often do you make them? Is it something that you struggle with or something that comes easy to you? Have you seen a lot of success with them? Just feel free to leave that in the comments so that I can just get to know you and get to know your goals so that I can find out how I can help you the best. While you're there, if you will go ahead and like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, that helps me so much. It helps me get this messages and this help out to more people, and it helps me connect with more people, and that means so much to me. All right, so let's dig right in and talk about smashing our goals in 2018. I'm going to give you a step-by-step process. Are you ready for this? And I'm going to try to go through it fairly quickly because I know we're all busy and we don't have a lot of time. If you want more details, I do have a more detailed post on my blog over at www.authораpril.com. So just hop on over there and you can get a little more information and step-by-step walkthrough. So just a confession, I've been making goals all of my life. I'm just a goal setter. Sometimes I achieve them, sometimes I don't. And a lot of times I fall completely flat. But one consistent thing is that I always make progress. And to me, that is the key driving force behind making goals, is to remember that if you don't completely 100% meet the goal by the date that you set, you have still made progress. And that goals are something that are not set in stone. They are there for you to change, for you to adapt to, for you to learn from, and change or toss out if they just don't work or fit what you're going for. So keep that in mind as we go through our little checklist here. What has really changed goal setting for me is to take those goals and break them down as small as possible. You want to make each of your goals clear, concise, with dates, but you also want to make them manageable. And the way that I do that is to break them down into action steps, into little bitty bites, little treats, little bitty goal chunkettes or something like that. So step one, this one is, don't make it too complicated. I want you to pull out a sheet of paper and I want you to write down two goals that you have, maybe one for your writing life, maybe one for your personal life, or if you have a career, maybe one for your career life, your family life. You know, just pick two goals just for the sake of this exercise and go along with me and do this so that you can get your goals started. Okay, I'm going to say, since this is a writing related channel, that let's just go with, let's pretend that our goal is to write a 50,000 word book in 4 months and finish it on fill in your specific blank. All right, so we're going to move on to next two. You know what you're going to do and you know when you're going to do it by, and you've written it down. You have just set yourself up for success. Most people don't write their goals down. And if you do write your goals down, you have a much higher chance of meeting those goals than someone who does not. So we're going to move right on. We're going quick here. We're going to move on to, you may have done before step one if you put a lot of thought into it. But if not, do it now. It's okay to do the steps a little out of order. That is to pinpoint your why. Why is this goal important to you? I don't want you to just think about it. I actually want you to write down a list of at least 5 reasons that it's important to you, what you get out of it. Get really detailed because these are important because it's going to keep you on track. And at some point when your goal looks far away or feels hard, you are going to want to go back and look at this list so that you can focus and remember why this goal is so important to you. What's your why behind it? All right, step 3. Action, people. We've got to put it into action. But before we can put it into action, we have to have a plan. What is the first step to making a plan? Well, of course, it's just logically to do a brain dump. This is just where you are going to take that particular goal and you're going to write down every single thing that you need to do to accomplish that. So for instance, if it is writing a book, you're going to write down every single step. It can be out of order. Just jot it down, get it on paper, every single thing that you need to do to get this book written. You're going to have to write it. You're going to have to edit it. You're going to have to hire a professional editor. You're going to need possibly beta and critique partners. You're going to, need a book cover. You're going to need to know how you're going to publish it, when you're going to publish it. You're going to need a budget. So these are just all things that you're going to need to jot down in that brain dump. So once you have all that and it's on paper, then you can move on to step number 4. This is where you're going to take those things and you're going to put them in a logical step-by-step order. Creating a checklist, creating a to-do list, whatever you want to call it. Once you have all of those things on there, this is a good time to kind of estimate if you've set a realistic goal. So you may be saying, okay, at this point, I don't know that I can do all of that in 4 months. So you can break your goal down a little bit further and you can say, I plan to, you can extend your date a little bit so that you have more time to work toward that particular goal, or you can maybe change it. Maybe your book's not going to be as long, so it's not going to take you as long to write, but kind of keeping an idea of how much each of those steps are going to have for you. Keep in mind, if this is your first time writing and publishing a book, obviously you're going to have a steep learning curve. Things are going to take longer than you intend. So keep in mind that while your goal date is important, it's also important to keep it realistic. So now that you have a step-by-step plan, you are ready to move on. Number 5 is you're ready to break that down into manageable chunks. You're specifically going to build for yourself. What I would recommend doing, what I do is I sit down and say, okay, here's my timeline. Here's what I need to get done. And this is what I need to do each month, each day, each week in order to get this done. Build in extra time. Everything will take longer. And again, keep that flexibility that you can adjust at any time. One way that you're going to need to do that, you might need to do a little math. For instance, if you know you're going to write a 50,000 or 40,000 word book, you're going to need to figure out how much time you had to write, how long it takes you to write. So there's definitely going to be a lot of thinking. There's going to be some math and some planning involved. But once you have it broken down into manageable chunks and you have it nailed down what you need to do and all the baby steps that you need to get there, then it is time for step number 6, which is to schedule it. So important, guys, and something that I have learned this year. Trust me on this. Don't just say, I am going to write 3 hours this week. Because what's going to happen, you're going to get to the end of your week. My end of the week is on Sunday. I start new weeks on Monday. Yeah, you haven't done it because you didn't say when. You didn't set a specific time. Now, I like to be kind of flexible. And sometimes this is good, but when it comes to making progress and sticking to goals, it's not always the best method. Specifically, put when you're going to do each task. Write it on your calendar. Make it a part of your life. It's your new best friend. And stick to it. That's important. Step 7, guys, to how to smash your goals. Okay, you've done all the groundwork. You've done all the planning. Now you have to do it. You have to put it in action. Nobody can do this for you. Nobody can magically walk you through it. You are just going to have to do it. You're going to have to accept that there will be slip-ups. There will be failures. There will be days when you're sick. There will be days when the world falls apart. And you have to allow yourself some grace for that. You have to build in extra time for that. And you have to be easy on yourself when situations beyond your control set you back from your goals and your action steps. On the other hand, you have to be firm with yourself. I'm going to really recommend that you get an accountability partner because it's hard to be firm with yourself. But if you have someone who's there in your corner and can help you stay accountable, they know what your goals are, and they know exactly, what you're doing, how you're working toward them, and you're doing the same for them. Just knowing that there's someone else that actually cares and is going to be checking in with you can make this a lot easier. So get an accountability partner. I have a wonderful accountability partner named Ashley, And, you know, it really helps just knowing that she's going to be checking in with me each week and sharing her goals, and I'm going to be doing the same. We can also kind of share some of the struggles and things we learn along the way. So even though the idea of being accountable to somebody sometimes can be seen in a negative light, there is so much blessing and so much good that can come from it. I highly recommend that you do that. Okay, did you think you were done after you're doing it, after you got your accountability partner? No, because it's an ongoing thing. Setting a goal and achieving it is not a one-time thing. You need to check in on your goals every month, every other month, quarterly, whatever works for you, but regularly schedule a time to evaluate, adjust, and eliminate the things that aren't working, the things that are working. Make changes to your deadline, add in things that you didn't even know that you needed to do. Yeah, it's an ongoing thing. It's just being consistent and sticking to it throughout the year. Always knowing that you can do this, you will do this, and that you are taking the steps that you need to get there. That you can and will overcome setbacks, that there will be changes, that your finished product or your finished goal may not be what you envisioned it at the beginning of your journey, but you're going to get there, and it's going to be amazing, and you're going to learn so much along the way. And so guess what? When you go into your next time that you're setting your goals, you know, you're already going to have a leg up because you're already going to know how to smash your goals because you did it, right? Okay, guys, that is it. Again, thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Hop over to my website for a more detailed step-by-step on my blog posts like I told you about. And you can sign up for my newsletter and get an awesome new freebie that I have designed just for my email subscribers. I hope that you go and have a wonderful week. Don't forget, in the comments below, tell me about your goals. Tell me about your problems, because I do have a series on goal planning and time management that is going to be going on in January and February. And so this is a great time to leave those comments, suggestions, or if you don't want to leave it publicly, go ahead and follow me on social media and reach out to me through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, whatever is more comfortable for you. And tell me what your struggles are, and I might just have the answer for you. If not, we'll figure it out. All right, guys, bye.